Hey everybody, welcome into the Winning Edge Football Podcast. You got myself, you got Dan, you got Jordan. We're all here ready to party and get after it. College football week 11 reaction is going to be on the docket. Hey, we're also going to do the college football week 2. My lord, we're going to start like that already. Week 12 predictions. We're going to go way back in time. We're going to predict week 12. We're going to introduce a new segment called Who's Hot, Who's Not. It's not really new, actually. If you've been following the Winning Edge, me and Tanner kind of started that one of the first couple episodes, and it rode along pretty well, so it was pretty sweet. We're also going to get into the 12-team playoff bracket. College football is releasing that any minute, so by the time we get to that, hopefully we'll have that bracket or that graphic to pull up and kind of do some reactions on that. And if there's time, we might throw in a little men's college basketball hoops. They got the top 25 out there as of November 11th, which was Monday, so pretty fun times. I mean, obviously, college football overrides everything and NFL right now, but when March comes around, we'll keep you updated when that comes.
Yeah,
so
they can wait their turn for sure.
That's right. Wait their turn. It's football time right now, and since football time's on and it's been going strong, Daniel, how the hell are you, my boy?
I'm doing good, and I remember this week that doesn't mean launch into a thing. So
yeah,
doing good.
We'll get there, right? No, I'm glad you're doing good. It's good to see your face. I see it every day at work, but also good to see it here on the podcast. It makes me very, 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 very happy. Jordan, how the hell are you?
We're doing good, man. I got back into content creation a little bit on my own.
That's what I'm talking about.
Which is a lot of fun. Just get back into the grind of stuff is a good time. So
he's gonna leave the show. That's what he's doing.
No, he's on the bigger and better avenues. The Hooters sponsorship is not big enough for him, and he's going to sign this huge NIL deal, and he's going to be gone. So
we will miss you. We love you.
And,
all the Hooters money, and he just wants to walk.
I got zero competing offers. Let me tell you that right now.
Okay, well, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. College football, week 11. Let's just jump right in, right? Georgia gets knocked down. Guys, what an absolute ball game that was. I was kind of watching from afar, but I'm going to tell you this right now. I had a feeling that this is going to be going down, okay? So Georgia loses a close one, right? Not a close one at all.
No, that's not close. No.
Man, that sucks, isn't it? So
I got dog walked. Holy cow.
Yeah, I got dog walked by the good old Lane Kiffin, man. Good for him. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but Jackson Dart's he played damn good football there. He played shit up there and up into he was kind of in the Heisman race here and there, going back and forth, and then his names keep popping up and then disappear and then it keep coming back up. They were at home and they had the right time, right place type of situation, and Georgia walked in there, and they thought they were all that in a bag of chips, and you get humbled real quick in the SEC.
Well, Jackson Dart coming back being a dog though, man. He got injured, came back in. So that's love to see it.
Showing the fight and showing the how much that game actually meant. So so badass to see. Dan, did you expect this outcome here, or is it kind of almost to be expected at this point that all these teams keep getting knocked down?
Well, I think specifically with Georgia, I think we all, if I'm remembering right, I think last week we all kind of said like it wouldn't be out like crazy to see Ole Miss beat them, right? Like obviously some things have to fall in place. Like you can't just go in there and just kind of half-ass it and expect to win, but you go in there, you play smart, and all it takes is one thing to go wrong. So for that one, that was not really the most shocking to everybody but Zach. The Miami one was a bit of a surprise. Zach had been casting voodoo hexes and bad juju on them. It's kind of your fault. The one that kind of surprised me was the Iowa State-Kansas game, right? Like Kansas, since the start of the year, right? They started out ranked, but they're 3-6. Like, so they have been on a skid. They were not nearly like the Florida State thing, but one of those teams that looks like maybe got over-evaluated or overhyped at the beginning of the season. They haven't performed up to where they were supposed to.
You can put them in there with Utah. You can put them in, you know what I mean? Those kind of teams are all kind of grouped in there.
Was another one that was a little bit of a surprise. So I'd say those two were definitely more of a surprise to me if I had to pick than Georgia, just because, like I said, it's the SEC. But all in all, it's always nice to see a shakeup. Later in the season, it has even crazier impacts. So it adds some, some excitement to things.
Yeah. On that topic, Jordan, we talked about a little last week about elimination game, the Alabama LSU. Obviously, Alabama put their foot on the gas and didn't let up and kind of showing everyone, flexed their muscles a little bit.
Yep.
So now let's talk about it. We'll talk about here in a little while with the 12-team playoff. But does a 3-loss SEC school get into the college football playoff?
No, I think I'm more there's no way LSU gets in. I I don't think there's a chance.
What if Georgia gets another loss?
I honestly, I don't think at that point you've got to have stronger teams, right? And I know they're beating up on each other. I get it. I understand that, but you got to have better teams that are readily available to be picked for that playoff. Especially, I mean, take the champion, right? But the champion is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, the SEC is pretty tight as is. If I bring it up here, I mean, Tennessee race. 1 loss, Texas A&M 1 loss, Texas 1 loss in the conference, and then everybody else. I didn't even mention LSU, I didn't mention Ole Miss, and I didn't mention Alabama or Georgia. So you know what I mean? There's a lot of football left for that conference specifically. But I don't think you take a 3-loss SEC team when you have the other teams that are in there. 8-1 Tennessee, a 7-2 Texas A&M is even more attractive. And then an 8-1 Texas, they still have a long way to go. So I think 3 losses got to keep them out, and that's got to be the line, right?
Yeah, we'll see, and that's why I'm really excited to we'll play this out until we get to the point where we start getting a graphic from ESPN. Actually, it just went live now, so I'm sure we'll see something shortly as they discuss and figure things out. But I'm curious to see if they're going to start doing that. Right, they're going to have to set the precedent right now. Either we let a 3-loss team in, or predict it, because we still got weeks until the final say. Or are we going to let one in and then now what? The next year after that we don't do it anymore, and then we have a Florida State situation where Florida State goes undefeated. Well, now we're kind of going, well, now we need 24 teams or whatever, 16 teams or
right.
So I don't know. I'm really curious. That's why I'm kind of got my eyes on this bracket as a committee kind of comes together and discuss that, because it's going to be quite interesting to see what team can do what. Let's pull up here.
Well, I think it's going to get real interesting too, because you have, like, for example, you have the top 2 teams, Texas A&M, Tennessee, at the top of the SEC, right? Currently, let's say that stands until the championship game. So you take those 2. As it stands, Tennessee sitting at 6, Texas A&M sitting at 15. 15 is outside the top 12. So technically, they're going to take that spot. So then why wouldn't it just be given the the at-large bid, for the non-conference winners? Then that would just be given to, like, the Tennessee or Alabama still sitting there. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be so weird. And that's why some of these teams outside of the top 12 that have a chance to win a conference championship and get that automatic bid, right? Yeah, that really messes stuff up. So we'll have to see. I don't know. It's going to be wild. So
I'm going to pull this up here.
But I'm also here for it, by the way. Like, across the board.
This is what I'm pumped about. So here's a bracket. On3 produced this 2 days ago, I believe. So this is kind of just something to put your eyes on before we get to actual bracket from this week, current week. So yeah, like you see, right? Number 1, Oregon, obviously they're predicting their Big Ten champion. 2, Texas. They think Texas is going to win the SEC. 4, ACC. That's SMU. BYU winning the Big 12. Okay. Which is crazy. Those 4 and 3, you would never expect that going into this football season. But that's awesome to see, right? But then you move down to 5, you got Ohio State, which obviously is probably the runner-up of the Big 12 or Big 10. Okay. And you jump over to 6, runner-up of the SEC. 7, another SEC team at Alabama. 8, another SEC team at 8. And then you go 9 to Notre Dame. 10, IU. 11, Penn State. 12, Boise State. So, like,
here's the thing, man.
This is balls out, man.
So this is wild to look at this, because you look at 4 SEC teams and then 4 Big Ten teams in here. That's crazy, right?
So when they made this conference realignment, that was going to be the big thing, right? That they were almost saying that the ACC wouldn't matter anymore. Like throughout time. Obviously, this year they're going to matter because they have a bid and everything. But over time, they're just going to swarm the whole conference, and it's just going to be 3 mega conferences, and you're going to be done.
I do like that they give them the bid. I like that, right?
Yeah,
I do like those 4 buys,
they're
right?
a Power 5 conference. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Give that to them. Like, get it. If you win your conference, that's great. It's a tough conference. ACC is what it is. It's always been like the wheel of destiny with them, right?
Yeah. Which Notre Dame needs to join, by the way, but that's beside the point.
I to be honest with you, I think Notre Dame's better off not.
Like, but they will never be able to get a bye week, no matter what. Even if they go undefeated, you still have to play. You'll play at home, which is fucking sweet, by the way. And dude, absolutely bad. Like, 8-9, 7-10, 5-12, and 6-11. You were playing a home game. Obviously, the lower seed plays a home game. And can you imagine a playoff game at Notre Dame Stadium at January, snow, cold, and then you get a team like freaking Alabama or some other team coming up here, had to play in the cold? That'd be badass.
Here's why I'm confused, though. And Dan, I keep piping in, so I apologize, but I'm real curious. Is how do you get? And this it's just the first thing that jumps out to me. How do you, at this bracket and what On3 has done here, and put Penn State at 11? When you put Alabama higher, you put Ole Miss higher, you put Notre Dame higher, you put IU higher, which I can always see. Like, I'm assuming this is what their assumption is for the rest of the season, because currently they're 4th, right? And I know that the first, 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds all go to the conference champions. But then Alabama sitting at 9, Notre Dame sitting at 8, Ole Miss sitting at 10. You know what I mean? So I'm a little
Penn State.
Yeah, I'm confused on why that is, those seedings are the way that they are there. But then again, that committee is going to do what they feel is best for the eye test and all that kind of stuff.
And that's one thing they kind of made apparent last week in this, Dan, that I don't know if you saw this or heard this, but like they're telling you the AP 25 poll and the college football playoff 25 poll really doesn't mean shit, because in hindsight you got to mix up to 12. Like a Boise State sitting at 12, they could be ranked fucking 10th right now. They're still going to be at 12 just because their conference is not that powerful, et cetera, et cetera. So like these places are going back and forth here, and Penn State having, not a terribly hard schedule. They really needed to win out their schedule to really be, in that top 4, because obviously the Oregon and Ohio States, and vice versa, SEC, like Alabama, Georgia, they had to win out. And like on this screen, you don't even see a Georgia. They're the first 4 out, right? So if, at this rate, they might not even make the playoffs, which is insane. So I'm just pumped to see kind of how they laid a foundation for all this, because it's just,
hell yeah,
it's going to be bananas. But this is what we're looking for. This is what we're looking for as college football fans. Boise State is ranked 13th in the college football, so they're the first out now, supposedly, even if they win the Mountain West, which I think is bullshit. If you win a conference, I think you have a chance to be a playoff. And if you if you're a fucking 5-5 team winning the conference, I'm talking like, win the conference, a good record, obviously ranked in top 15 at least. So these are coming out as we speak. So we'll kind of get back to it. We'll let all the stuff lay down. Oh my God, Georgia at 12 is fucking bananas. All right, anyway, I got to take it off. We'll turn this down here for a minute. But let's get into this games for this week, right? So we kind of chatted a little bit about the week 11. Let's jump right into week 12 and the kind of games that are poking at us right from the jump. And this is another graphic, obviously, from On3. They provide this beautiful thing for us. So, Dan, on this list, I give you a couple seconds to look. On this list here that's provided on the screen, what game really sticks out to you as really, really, really important?
Well, it's really important. For some of these teams, obviously, kind of like what you guys alluded to, all of them, right? Because like a loss now is not great. I think for LSU to have even, and I don't think they make it, but for them to have even the most far of outside shots of making it, obviously they have to win, right? Like, I don't see it happening, but to stay in, there even being a glimmer of a hope, they've got to win. Oregon, we've talked about, has to be careful with Wisconsin, right? Because they can be a team that just wants to show up, disrupt the season, kind of go on about their business, even if they don't make it any further. And then I guess Missouri and South Carolina. Again, that one's just trying to stay in the best position for the best non-playoff bowl game that you can get. I think being that they're both, ranked, so it's jockeying for position and like those, maybe getting out of the 20s into the lower teens type of thing.
Okay, I like that. What's your thoughts, Jordan? You see a team that sticks out to you that's like, holy cow, they really need to win this ball game? Or an upset, maybe even.
Honestly, it's got to come down to Georgia, right? I think Georgia has to win if they want to remain in the conversation, right? These other ones are, I think Colorado has a tougher game than what you might think, especially after what Utah did to BYU last week. So I think Colorado is a good one too if they want to stay in the mix and win the Big 12. That's going to be huge for them too. So another loss for Georgia and they're out for sure. I think that's just a no-brainer. But Yeah, I think it comes down to those two. BYU is going to have to perform
I was going
based
to
on
get
what
on
they
that.
did last year.
Yeah,
But
I mean, Kansas coming off a fucking heater.
mhm.
The Mormons going to have to really stand up if they want to remain undefeated and the leader of the Big 12.
Yep.
That's going to be a tough game right there, and that's late in the night too. So they love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They love that.
It's wild, man.
These are coming out crazy. Notre Dame hasn't moved. They stick at 8, which is bananas. We'll take it. Just keep winning, baby. That's all we gotta do. Remain in the 12. That's all we gotta do. Keep winning. Come on.
Right.
Come on, Irish.
Oh shit.
Well, Colorado though. I mean, let's just touch on them quick because they are going absolute bananas. Absolute bananas. Like they're on a freaking ripper right now, and actually, kind of that's my what's hot right now. Right? Who's hot? It's Colorado. The Buffaloes right now. You gotta be joking me. I mean, after that loss in Nebraska, everyone thought for sure, all right, they're done. They're not going to win a lot of games this year. They're pretty much toasted. And then they go on 1, 2, 3 games, and then they lose to Kansas State, and then 1, 2, 3 games again. So, if they're following a pattern, hopefully then they'll drop this one to Utah. But I'm telling you what, man, you gotta be cheering a little bit for Deion. I know a lot of people hate on him. In that, but he's really, I mean, can you imagine, even this right now, if the season ended right now, this is almost tripled the amount of wins that Colorado has seen in the last 3 years. Going from an 0-11, 0-12 team to now you're winning and you're in the college football playoff. Most likely if you can win this conference, like, you kidding me?
Well, here's the thing though, man. He'd be coach of the year if Cignetti and the IU Hoosiers didn't exist. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
This year, like 100%. Like, I don't think coach of the year is in question for this year.
No,
but Colorado specifically. I mean, IU has more wins this year than they did in the past 3, which is crazy. So Colorado, I think that's what I would mention it earlier, where they can really spice the playoff up, right? You get that outside top 12 bid when they win, if they win the Big 12, which will really, really, really mix everything up, get that automatic bid. And then that's when things get interesting, right? You get some of these teams that weren't supposed to win, but man, they're hot when they need to be, right?
Yeah, they're hot when they need to be.
Not to, spoil something in the future here, but
that's my no. I already said it. You're good. That's my what's hot right now. What's hot is Colorado. Like it's insane. BYU is sitting on top of the conference 6-0. Colorado at 5-1. So everything's right in front of them. They just got to literally just keep winning ball games. They got Utah, Kansas, and then Oklahoma State to finish off the season. So these are winnable games for them. If they keep playing like they did against Texas Tech in the last couple of games, I mean, they've been scoring and their defense is actually getting off the field. So if they can continue doing that, I think the Colorado Buffaloes have a good chance to at least play a Big 12 championship, which would be really huge for the program.
Oh, yeah, massive.
Yeah, let's jump into that. So, Dan, I know I kind of threw it on you here right before this. Let's get you in here and let's see what your what's hot. Who's hot? What's hot? Players. I'm talking. I mean, it could be anything from even D3 football if you've gone that far back into paying attention to shit. But give me who you think is what's hot or who is hot right now. On this, I guess, week 12 prediction.
I mean, I'm going to steal one that I know that you probably would do, but I mean, he's been hot all season. It's your boy from Boise State.
No, you didn't have
Genty or whatever. I mean, he continues to just put up stupid, like, video game type numbers.
It makes you almost want to pause the TV and say, "What setting is this in? Is this on rookie or freshman?" Like, what?
I mean, like,
dude?
literally week in, week out, like, he is just, like, no signs of slowing, no signs of stopping. He's had, I mean, just so many games where he's just put up crazy yards, multiple touchdowns, 3 touchdown games, multiple games over. I'm looking, he's he's closing in on 1,800 yards. He's got 23 touchdowns. That's like quarterback numbers, right?
Yeah,
like
dude.
As a running back.
That's passing numbers.
Yeah, he's averaging almost 8 yards a carry on those things. So it's not like, he
probably has more yards than Riley Leonard has throwing, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's just like I said. I mean, yes, you could say what you want about the teams and their schedules and their whatever, but the point is he has come out and he has put up the same kind of performance, the same like level of numbers every single week, regardless of if. And again, people know what they're going to do. So even though these teams may not be in Alabama, well, your old school Alabamas, whatever, every team is stacking the box. to try to stop him, and it doesn't matter. Like, he's still putting up the numbers. I mean, I don't see any reason that he can't finish the season out. With that, trying to look at their schedule, who they have left. I mean, they've got San Jose State, Wyoming, Oregon State. Like, there is no reason to assume that he cannot continue. I mean, you look at too, like, right, he has put up more yards than his quarterback in like half the games this season, and no receiver has even come close to his rushing. You know what I mean? It's like he's carrying the team to where they're standing currently, which is ranked. They only got one loss, which came to Oregon, and it was by 3 points. They did way better than Illinois did against Oregon, right? Like, so even in that game, he had 192 yards. Like, he still put up against the number one team in the country.
Tier, obviously, first team in the country, freaking players, man. I mean, he's doing it. So I mean, I like that. I like that pick a lot. Obviously, I'm a homer, so I'll love the Broncos forever.
I see him staying hot the rest of the year. I mean, I see him finishing the season just like that.
Okay, so does that give him? Do you still think he has a better chance to win the Heisman than Travis Hunter?
I think he should personally.
Okay. I like that. I can love to hear that. That makes me happy.
In an era where running backs are really faded away for the most part, give or take, the occasional your Saquons or somebody that's in the NFL that has these breakout years or has a performance like they've not what they used to be in terms of prominence in a team. I think even more so that speaks to it.
Oh boy. Jordan. I'm going to leak this information. Penn State is sitting at your number 4 ranked team in the college football selection right now. They like it. They love it, and they want some more of it. They want some nitty line football.
I'm here for it.
Down your throat. I'm waiting for the bracket now. They got all the teams posted, so they'll put the bracket up any minute. So we'll pull that up here for the fans, for the squad.
Yeah, dude. They've been on the outside looking in every single playoff berth. So, and it's just because they can't get over the 2 major hills that are in the way. But
yeah, and you touched on that a lot last week. And if you did not get a chance to see that, please reach back out and go watch that video.
Mm-hmm.
He made a good point for the Penn State fans and or just the Big Ten fans alone.
Yeah, there's a lot of positivity to come out of last week, though. The Ohio State game. There's still I more so than there have been in the past. That was a closer game than what they have been, which is good. That means the playing field seems to be evening out, which is great.
The gap is closing in a little bit.
Excited about it.
All right, let's segue. Keep it on you, Jordan. Who's hot right now for you, brother?
I mean, can we not talk about? I mean, why not just talk about IU? Right, IU is just the talk of the town. Baby. All these SEC teams playing each other and beating the crap out of each other, and who's good, who isn't, who knows. The SEC is what it is, but who is good. Who is scoring points. Who's got an electric offense. Signetti's got them going like crazy over there up in Bloomington. So. IU is looking fantastic. It's really, really cool to see. They should be at number 2. I'm gonna be honest with you. In the AP, they should be number 2 in the coaches poll. They should be number 2 in the college football playoff poll. To be honest with you, just because they're 10-0 for Christ's sake. So
they're 10-0 and they're dominating 10-0. It's not just bullshit winning here and there. Like they're taking care of business.
And they had some adversity last week, and they handled it. You know what I mean? Like they had their closest game of the year. Right. And they handled it. It still came out on top of a powerful, celebrated program in Michigan. So it's not like they're any kind of slump. Yes, this year is an off year, but man, like
those are 5-star recruits, 5 and 4-star recruits. Man.
They still came in and handled their business, which is good to see.
What's up, Dan?
Jordan, I'll tell you what matters is that it sounds like they're number 1 in your heart right now, and that's the ranking that they care about.
They're number 2. That's for definitely where they're at. It's number 2 in my heart. Because number 1 is Oregon, but it is crazy to see just
Oregon's number 1 in your heart.
I mean, my
I'm
heart's
talking about in
your
heart. That's the rank that they.
My
care
heart's
about,
pretty
the
realistic
heart of fans.
this year. Yeah,
realistic right now.
I got a realistic heart moving on this year.
You got realistic goals out here, dog.
That's right. That's
why
right.
mine's dead inside. Mine's realistic too, because Illinois is Chicago.
That's fantastic. But yeah, IU is crazy this year, and it's awesome to see. So yeah, hopefully that train keeps rolling. We'll have to see, what is it, 2 weeks? Not this week, but next week. Week 13, I think is what it is.
Ohio State, right?
That'll be a good one. They're on a bye week this week, I think.
Be exciting to see, man. I don't know.
Resting up and preparing.
That's right, man. Hey, this is how you do it. All right, here we go. I have the updated...
Montel Jordan, dude?
That's how we do it.
Yeah.
This
put
is how we do
pretty sure that's
They
what
it.
announced it at 8:30. You said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
we're
they
about
they
drunk.
released all the teams. They haven't put out a bracket yet, but I mean, we can post. I can post the top 25, and we can just obviously
Gotcha.
plug and play here. Just a second.
Cool. That'll be
Maybe.
fantastic.
Maybe if I can find it again.
14 hours ago, 4 hours ago. No.
I
here
got
it
it.
is.
Here we
I
go.
just looked on their website. They don't have the updated stuff out yet.
Do-do-do. This is Power Football Focus, but I mean they
Wow.
threw it up. That's huge. So this is huge, right? Breaking news. Breaking news on the Winning Edge Football Podcast. And if you're not here, you better stay here. Well, get on board. But
Wait.
you know, here we go. Right? Look at this. Here
If
we
you're
go.
not here, stay here.
That's right. If you're not here,
Love
then
it.
fucking stay here. Damn it.
I love it.
So this is what they're predicting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like we talked about, Oregon winning the Big Ten. They're still predicting number 4 or Miami
Florida State
winning the ACC championship and getting the 4 bid. They're predicting Big 12 BYU getting that 3 bid, and then SEC champion Texas getting that 2. Which then, so Penn State's at 6 now. Okay, so it looks like they pretty much flip flopped Ole Miss
like
and Penn State. So
I like it.
finally, hey, you're right there. Which that's a good seed. That's a home game. Let's say
Yeah,
it stays
dude,
like that. That's a
that's
fucking
what
home game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
You know it's going to be a night game.
Has
oh my
to be,
god, dude!
because Fox is not going to be fucking covering it. Because
No, they're not.
We'll
No,
get
they're
into
fucking
that.
not.
We'll have to get
And we'll
into
get
that.
into it. If I can link and spoil a week ahead, I would love to go on a rant. So if you could,
we
just
will. Let's get
Okay.
through this and we'll go there because I want to get there. I want to
Yeah.
see you guys' opinion because I
You've-
think I know why they did it, and I'll let you guys know here
You've
just
seen how
shortly.
they run a news network. They don't know how to run TV.
Okay, Dan. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for that. We just lost.
I'm
half
just
the crowd.
saying it. I don't care.
So let's jump over to obviously the first week. So it looks like Ohio State going to, or Boise State going to the Horseshoe in Ohio State. That'd be
Mhm.
fucking bananas. Holy cow! I mean, that'd be sweet. Notre Dame playing Tennessee at Tennessee. Ole Miss playing Penn State at Penn State, and Alabama playing IU at IU. Dude, fucking Bloomington would be popping. But there has been no notifications and rumors surrounding that. You are allowed to move it to a neutral site if you'd like. So if Bloomington wants to move that to Lucas Oil, fucking pitter patter. But
wow, dude, that'd be nuts. That'd be
Yeah.
crazy if they
It's
did
going to
that.
be
Yeah.
about what they think for attendance.
Yeah,
I
and
would
they-
hope so.
They mentioned that like if they logistically cannot host, as in because there's gonna be. I mean, if it's an IU's, I'm telling you, if IU's in the national or the playoffs,
I mean, that's a small.
I'm telling you
stadium.
what, that's a
You got
small
all these
school.
people.
You
It's
got
a
to
small
stay
stadium.
in Indy. You got to stay in Indy on a halfway busy weekend down there because there's no hotels. Can you imagine if they're in the playoffs? Like they're gonna have. There's gonna be no way to sustain
Wild,
the
dude.
Yeah.
people.
And
Wild.
so, but the Pat McAfee show kind of touched on it a little bit. They interviewed Heather from College Football Focus, I think it was, or I can't remember her name, or where she works, but you see her face everywhere. But they're talking about it, and yeah, they can. Like these home teams could move it to a neutral site if they wanted to, because they mentioned, Indiana, Bloomington, Indiana, and I think this first week's in the last week of December or first week of January. That's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold as fuck. So they say, like, is it going to be cold? Is their stadium on construction? Can they handle, logistically all these people,
No.
et cetera, hotels, all this stuff
Been
to
there.
get enough people here?
Yeah, there ain't
They
nothing
can
down there.
possibly move it if they needed to, but if Lucas Oil is obviously open, who knows if it is or not, whatever.
Notre Dame and Tennessee. That would be. Where would that be? That'd be at Tennessee.
That'll be Tennessee. Yep. So go down to Rocky Top and try
'Cause
to
I was
take
gonna
on.
say,
That'd
to
be
be
tough.
fair,
Game, dude.
If Notre Dame has any of these that would land at home, they'd almost be better off moving out of South Bend to like a Soldier Field or something too, just
No,
because they
you're
can
crazy,
No,
barely
dude, you host that
No.
game at Notre Dame.
You
Absolutely.
crazy.
You have the
they
facility.
can barely
to do it.
handle people for a normal Notre Dame
You're
game.
wild and you're crazy. You're so
Dan,
biased in this.
What do you mean, dude?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're
They
right.
fit
I don't want to have all
83,000
the
people in
the
that stadium.
stupid-
That's like the fourth
I'm
biggest
talking
stadium
about
in the
the
college
city
football.
around here, Zach. I don't want traffic around my house. Okay.
They do it every weekend, dude. Every weekend. They
I
play
know,
Florida
I
State, and
know,
Florida
and
State
I
sucks,
hate
and they
it,
sell
and
out.
I hate it.
Yeah, dude.
You
Yeah,
don't
I
even,
forgot.
It doesn't
We
affect you.
Yes,
We
it
made
does.
that trip. We made that trip to out there to this last weekend, and I was like, "Oh shit, there's a night game going on."
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh
it's-
damn it, I forgot."
And people can hate on Notre Dame all they want, but I'm telling you what, it is a global team. There's everyone in the nation pays attention to them. Their brand is huge, and dude, if
They
they
have
had a home
Jesus
game in the
at their
playoffs,
stadium. It's unfair. They have to move it.
no, you got to put Jesus in all these people, baby. Come on.
You
Well,
can't
now
tell me that it's not an unfair bias if Jesus is literally sitting in this home section.
I love it.
That's right, baby. That's right. No, this is fun. I mean, this is what we look for, right?
Mhm.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, look, this is what we've been after. You know, normally it's just those 4 teams, and we'd have to sit with Oregon or Miami, Oregon, BYU, and Texas, like as a football fan, and then everyone else is like whatever. But now we got some games. Like, can you imagine though? Now, hear me out. So this Heather lady, I should have realized her or pay attention to her last name, but she did mention, and I was listening, and she said, "Can you imagine being in let's say the Big Ten football championship? You're in a championship, you're in Lucas Oil, you're playing, but you lose, right? Then you have to lose, then you turn around, and you're still going to be in here. So like they're saying, like Ohio State, let's just say loses that big game, they still have to play Boise State, and then beat the team that sat on a bye, and then play another game and another game. So they have to play 1, 2, 3, 4 games to get to the fucking the championship. That's a
Crazy,
tough.
man.
And she said, "Good luck." Like it's going to be so difficult to get out of that the first week of this, let alone get into the latter 2 games. So like, I'm so pumped to fucking watch this, dude. This year's gonna be so epic. The holiday season's gonna be awesome. One, Christmas is the best time of the year, down, you know, without a doubt. And then you throw on this, where you're gonna have football on, meaningful football, not just a regular bowl game. You know, not just we got a Fiesta Bowl, sweet, no problem. No, we have a Fiesta Bowl that means so much more, so much more. So I'm freaking pumped about it. So let's get into Fox as being Fox and taking care of business. So it looks like they came out and stated that they will be flexing the Ohio State IU game at Ohio State from a night game to a afternoon game at noon. The big noon kickoff, I think, is going to fucking ruin football. No one fucking watches you guys, by the way. I don't think anyone tunes into your ass. So I couldn't even sit here and name anybody on the fucking panel.
Well, it's Gus Johnson.
Brady Quinn and fucking whatever. Yeah,
well, it's Gus Johnson who's doing the actual call of the game, and it's
call
Joel
the
Klatt.
game. I'm talking about the lead up too. You're watching College Game Day. You wake up, you would turn fucking College Game Day on. You don't turn Big Noon fucking Fox. No,
you don't.
You don't do it. If you do, I think you might be. I don't know. I'm not going to call you names, but.
Well, I mean, it's Brady Quinn, and then it's what, SEC or not SEC, USC players, right? Past Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush.
Yeah, Matt Leinart. Yeah, there you go. So it's like,
and then
okay, cool.
I know Urban Meyer's in there.
Fox Big Noon kickoff. So they did this same shit to Penn State and Ohio State game. One of this, I think it's probably one of the we could probably put that as 4th or 5th biggest game of the season up to this point, and they move it to a fucking noon game. You're going to do that to Ohio State IU? I'm telling you what, you ruin half the momentum of the home game. IU should be fucking pumped for this. Fuck it. IU should be absolutely pumped for this.
I mean, yeah.
Because going into the horseshoe at night is not easy. Not a lot of people come out of there at W's.
So the fact that they moved it from a night game, though, is weird to me.
You know why they did it?
I
can tell you why.
Go ahead, break it down.
All right. So I will pull up the schedule for the college football. I think this is week 13.
Yep.
Let's
week
pull it
13. No, it isn't, dude. No, I don't even want to know.
Just wait. So there's a couple games that are to be determined. Almost every single one of them.
Oh my God.
But there's one game that is solidified. And guess what that one is? Where'd it go?
It's the bullshit Notre Dame game.
The Notre Dame fucking Army game is 7 o'clock on Peacock NBC. And all eyes are going to be on that Notre Dame Fighting Irish brand.
Nobody gives a shit about that game. I'm sorry.
Amen.
I don't give a shit.
Agree with me.
I don't give a shit. Not you guys. I think he cares about it.
Support the troops, but other than that, screw them.
I don't care if they're 100-0 Army team.
It's not a bigger game than fucking.
No, it's not even close. You think a better story is Army this? What?
What if Army was number 1? Would you
don't care? Still not gonna. If they
you don't care about the troops, is what it is.
No, I don't care about their football team. I don't care about their football team.
Troops.
It's so messed up, dude.
I was gonna say some shit. I'm not gonna say. But like, but like, come on, dude. But Fox strikes again. Let's be honest. I mean, they do it. I love the 2 announcers calling the game, Joel Klatt, and I love Gus Johnson. Fucking fantastic. But if you take their energy and their knowledge and those people and put them at a 7:30 game, holy shit, it's going to be just as electric, if not more. Gus Johnson is a legend, right? He's just a fantastic announcer, has been play caller or a game caller. Fucking fantastic from top to bottom. He's just great.
I think I'm more leaning toward him when he fucking does basketball. That's so
Yeah.
electric.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway,
it's
No,
yeah.
continue to
But
rant, baby. Let's go.
I get, play where nobody else is playing kind of a thing. Like when it comes to networks, like, oh, ESPN, ABC, they got their shit at night. We get it. It's a night game, prime time. That's what it is. But this one's not even like, that's NBC, right? So ABC's not even doing the Notre Dame game against Army.
ESPN is doing the Alabama-Oklahoma game.
Right. And Oklahoma sucks.
Yeah, there's
like,
not
you know
even
what I
be a
mean?
fucking ball game. No one's gonna be watching that game.
Also,
so you easily could have kept it at 7:30 all day long.
Frustrating.
You talk about the night games. It's games like the one that they didn't, the Penn State game they passed on to this one. That's how Fox competes to actually be a player in that time slot. You don't just fucking flex it out all the time and go, oh, we don't want to compete. What are you doing then? That's the whole point of a business.
You keep that slot. I bet you hit the biggest ratings of this whole season and probably the whole existence of Fox on regular season games. I bet you hit it because college football has been 10 times more popular than it ever has been. So you keep that game at 8 or 7:30, get all eyes on that. No one's watching Alabama, Oklahoma. No one's giving a fuck about Marshall Old Dominion at 7:30. No one gives a fuck about Georgia State, Texas State. No one gives a fuck about Washington State, Oregon State. No one gives an absolute. Well, I love Boise State.
Don't even talk about Old Dominion.
State,
we do care. We care.
But then Notre Dame, Army. I'm gonna be watching that obviously because I'm a fucking Notre Dame fan. But
Yankees
State fan, then he's a Notre Dame fan. Love you.
Dude, but I mean, let's be honest.
Try talking, asshole.
But like,
no, go continue. Let's ride. Let's ride.
It is gonna be fine. I mean, I'll watch the Notre Dame game.
We're gonna
obviously.
watch it.
But I wish they were respectful for those type of games that deserve to be at night. This is going to benefit IU though. It will. It really will, sure. Which is great.
And you know what else this is going to benefit? I'm so sorry for the Yankee fans that had to lose the World Series, but guess what? You're watching Notre Dame and Army in your stadium at the Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, baby. I forgot it's at Yankee Stadium. It's not even a fucking home game for Notre Dame. You shitting me?
Shamrock Series? Is that part of the Shamrock Series?
Yes, this is a Shamrock Series game. So watch Army fucking whoop our ass.
Jersey's going to be sick.
You want to talk about sick? I wonder if Army's going to wear them all black unis because those are sick too.
They should.
Black helmets.
Notre Dame's wearing the all navies with the sexy gold and the yummy yummies. So guess what?
Oh, yummy yummies are in town. Let's go.
I think those Army ones are cooler looking between the two, in my opinion. And that's not a bias.
They already wore them, so guess what? Time to retire them. Sorry about it, motherfucker. I almost ran out of breath when I got to Boise State, and I'm so glad I got to Boise State and realized that's my squad, baby. Hey, let's go. I'll watch that game.
I like that.
Hey. All right, well, Fox is dead. R.I.P. Fox. You suck. Stop covering shit. Get off the Big Ten.
I get it,
but you know what's even worse than Fox though? Like, because Fox has like you said, the best commentators. Absolute best.
I won't say best, but I'll say they're really good.
Top 3 at least between
easy.
Number 1 is the CBS boys, the old school guy, that does the SEC games.
You talking about Brent Musburger?
Yeah, him and that bigger guy, dude, fucking legendary. You hear that on a Saturday, you better kick your feet up. You're gonna watch a motherfucking ball game.
Brent Musburger was a pervert, but anyways, go ahead, dude.
Okay, you know,
yes, he was just an old guy pervert. No, not bad. Not he didn't have. There's no allegations, but he just got that old guy saying stuff, right? He's just in his old man mind, and
he's not
an upstanding citizen like Deshaun Watson.
Yes,
obey.
Yes,
and then so okay, let's just say top 3, but then you get to the NBC guys and Peacock, fucking ass cheeks, dude. Get Colin Call or whatever your name is that you suck Packer dicks, the guy on Sunday Night Football. You guys know what I'm saying?
Collinsworth?
Yeah. Your
Chris
son
Collinsworth?
sucks. Jack is ass cheeks on broadcasting. Get him off the fucking mic. And I don't want Dallas's old butch ass quarterback or head coach. I don't want him calling my games.
Doug Flutie back?
No, yeah, fuck yeah. I want Doug Flutie, and I want what's his face? Damn, why does my brain suck?
Man, I don't know.
Colts football head coach, a Super Bowl coach.
Dungy?
Dungy. Get Dungy back on there. So this is how the Notre Dame game sounds. If you guys ever not tuned into a Notre Dame game on NBC.
I have not.
All right, Riley Leonard off to the left side, runs to the first down. Oh my goodness, wow.
Sounds like golf. He's like, and he steps up to the plate, and he's gonna
So Jack,
Yeah.
how do you think about this? Well, let me tell you, this Notre Dame's not looking too bad out there. We're like 0 for 5 on third down. We're like, well, looking good.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
boring as fuck. But then you got Joe Klatt and the boys.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Fry me some fucking barbecue chicken." It's like, what?
Oh, dude, man.
Holy shit! Oh, I miss it.
There's a clip of Gus Johnson when he's like, he's got running from the cop speed. Like, dude
Yeah.
is absolutely
But
nuts.
it's so clever and it's so,
so
at the right time. Like
God,
he's
it's
never
so
like
good.
off point.
running
Like
from the cop speed.
Yeah,
dude.
just
we're-
funny.
Yeah,
That's good stuff,
It's
man.
tough. Sometimes I have to watch the game muted because I just can't fucking stand it.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
kind
it
of
doesn't feel like a premium game. It should
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
a premium game with
I
a
got
premium
you.
brand, but it
No
pisses me off.
energy.
Yeah, it's nothing. I mean, I think we got more energy right now than the NBC cast has.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, I feel that.
I
Yep.
feel it. I love our energy. Love
Mhm.
that. Oh, what are we at? 40 minutes
Interesting.
and 48 seconds. All right. Guys, we have some time. If you do want to jump into college hoops, but before we do that, I want to open up the floor to you two gentlemen. If you guys anything that's itching at you. What's itching? Oh, we didn't do what's not. My bad. Anyway, but what's itching on you guys? Got anything you need to get out there to the college football world? Pretty much, this is turning into a college football show if you guys haven't noticed, because the NFL kind of blows dick and our team sucks. The Bears, the
Amen.
Colts, and the Giants are all looking for the first pick in the draft.
I saw,
we-
speaking of the NFL, I saw an interesting post, man. I saw somebody said something. They were like, imagine this, and it was a picture. Well, no, it was Giants top 3 pick end of the year. They draft Shedeur Sanders, like whatever, right? Regardless of how I feel about him, whatever. And then they draft him, fire Dayball, hire Dion. I was
Yeah,
like,
heard that shit too.
dude, I was like, just at this point,
fuck it.
sure.
Yeah, why
Who
not?
cares? Let's do it. Roll the
Rock,
dice.
paper, scissors, baby.
You know what I mean? I don't think the Giants have ever had a black coach.
Dude,
Ever.
fucking do it. Dion
I
and
don't
his
think.
8 toes would get after it. He'd be wobbling up
Correct.
and down the goddamn
Dude,
sidewalk.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
he
think.
can
I
do
don't
it.
think they have.
No,
I
but I'm
think
just
you're
saying,
exactly
man.
right.
So if you're gonna do it all out. Just send it, right? If
Send
you
the
want
house.
somebody in a market like that, which is New York, and you got the two
It's
most
prime time.
polarizing figures to come out of college football, which would be Dion and which would be his son Shedeur, right? Why not? You know what? Trade for 2 of the top 3 picks, get somebody ass out of there, and get
Oh.
Travis Hunter while you're at it. Just throw the entire sink and everything inside of it.
Trade Malik Neighbors for the number 1
No,
pick.
wait.
You said the whole thing.
Wait,
Yeah,
right.
that's- he's
But you
part of
got
the
to
thing,
keep
dude.
a few utensils, right? Just in case. A few plates to eat off of, right? That just makes sense, right? So
All right. Well, I'm glad I
Neighbors
opened
is
up the
one of
floor
those
for you to
plates.
go into there because I think that you needed to get that out. And I'm so
Yeah.
happy to hear that. So this is
Just
the
want
open
a
table
shake-up,
open.
dude.
Yeah, just fucking tear it up. You know what?
just a shake up.
I
That's
think
all
Jonathan
want.
Taylor's going to start at quarterback for the Colts this week.
Right,
versus
send it.
Jets.
Wildcat every time.
Why not? Best player in the team.
Wildcat. He has been for a long time.
Yeah, poor guy.
Since
I kind of feel
luck.
bad for him. Like, Dan, you got anything for the football world that we need to chat to before we kind of move on to kind of nonsense?
Bears made 1 of 2 steps they needed to make, and if they don't make the second
yeah.
one, I'm beyond serious. And I'm 100% done with that team. If
The
they
fire
don't make a coaching
Is
change,
in the house, Dan. That's what it is. The fire is inside, and they are throwing water at it. But
Well,
damn it,
I
do they
told-
need a fire extinguisher?
my
soon.
point being is how many people under this head coach are you gonna? How many times are you gonna have them be like, "Oh, it's not me, it's them"? Like, how
Yeah.
many people do you have
Nope.
to fire before you realize he's the
Yeah.
one that keeps striking up the match and burning the shit to the ground? Like, you picked him, you
Throw
hired
something-
him.
Throw something at me. Who would you replace him
if-
with?
There's been a ton of rumors saying that the offensive coordinator for the Lions is still looking at the Bears job and still wants it.
Dude,
He was a
Okay.
finalist
After-
last year. He was a
Okay.
finalist when they did it last time, and whether that's true or not, but they've said there's still rumblings that he still wants that job as head coach. And you know what? I
Interesting.
welcome it.
after
Sure.
they win
I
the
mean,
Super Bowl this
successful.
year,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
moves on, fuck yeah, dude. The Bears could use that. That'd be huge for the Bears, actually.
That or get Lovie
Absolute
Smith
massive.
back. We were so
No.
stupid. We thought 10-6. That was such hubris. We said
And then
10-6
he went
isn't
to
good enough.
Illinois and still couldn't recruit anybody.
My point being is that since him, we haven't
I
had
like Lovie Smith.
we haven't had shit, and we
Yeah.
thought what he gave us was terrible at 10-6.
Dude, actually, I'm looking at the schedule for the NFL right now, and the slate looks bananas. Look at this shit.
Some good games, man. Oh, speaking
Dude.
of NFL, I'm 0-10. Let's go. Fantasy football.
I didn't even set my lineup this week because I don't remember. I gave up a long time ago. All my people are hurt.
What the fuck, dude? I'm sick and tired of starting fantasy leagues just for people to fucking give up.
I'll set it. It's only Wednesday. I've done it every week.
I'm 0-10, and I'm actually eliminated, and I still set my roster. Come on.
I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it right now.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's
God's what's
word.
Funny? Somebody
won. Nice.
You fucking asshole. Fuck you, Dan. Fuck you. I'm muting you the rest of the time. Nope. You're done. You're done.
I won. Oh, look at me.
This motherfucker had to re-sign into his app. He's been off for fucking so long, you motherfucker.
I won.
Yeah, go sniff some fucking
actually,
dude.
I didn't realize I got another player on IR. That's great.
So I had somebody offer me a trade. And I'm 0-10, mind you, right? So, like, players don't help me this year. So why would you offer me players? They're like, I'll take 2 players. You get 3 players. And I'm like, I don't want anybody. I'm done. This season is done. Give me picks for next year if you're going to do anything. You want to try to make a run? Give me picks to sacrifice this year for next year. If that's what you want to do. But nobody. I did make one crazy trade, which is nice. But we'll see what happens.
Bananas. I love it. See anything else on that the college football playoff? But yeah, so back to the NFL slate. Sorry, we get excited around here, but the 7-3 Baltimore Ravens going to the Pittsburgh Steelers at AFC North matchup. That would be a great watch. That's a 1:00 game. Another great watch is finally a 4:25, 4:30 slate. Actually has a fucking good game, and it's going to be Chiefs and Bills. 9-0 Chiefs going against 8-2 Bills. So really pumped to watch that heavyweight matchup. Hopefully Josh Allen can knock off the Chiefs in that one. And then Sunday Night Football, you might as well turn it on because there's a coach named Mr. Harbaugh, and he's a hard-nosed sumbitch. Okay? He's going to run all down. John. Or Jim. Sorry.
John or Jim or one of them. One of them.
John, Jacob, Jingleheimer Smith.
Jim's a POS. Not really.
Whoa.
He's from Michigan, dude. Come on, let's be honest. I don't know why you're so rowdy about him. Come on.
Because I love running the football. Nah, you just run the football. Keep running the football like Dory says.
He got ran out of town over a cheeseburger. Come on. That's what happens. You break the rules. I don't care how small. See ya. See ya, buddy.
Dumbass. You big old cheeseburger eating some bitch.
I mean, isn't really cheating. Free. He was just smart enough to be like, oh, look, these guys are making weird hand gestures. I wonder what they mean.
Whatever.
And then everyone else said, we've been doing that too. No.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
You're like, yeah, everybody doesn't do that, you cheater.
No one. You're right. I'm the only one. You're right. Anyway, wild talk. So NFL is exciting. Actually, finally, some couple games going on that kind of grabbed my attention, finally.
Yeah, surprisingly good games this week.
And then real quick, the Lions throw 5 picks. Jared Goff throws 5 picks and comes back and wins that game. Holy shit, talkies. Dude, the Lions are fucking for real.
He's not my MVP conversation anymore.
And I believe that.
No, I don't think he needs an MVP, but like he's playing MVP football as in winning football games. Like he is winning games. Although you turn it over a lot, whatever. But dude, they interviewed Dan Campbell as he's running off the field, going into halftime. They're like, hey, what do you need to do in the second half? I told them boys, he's going on and on. He goes, I told them boys that we have to turn the ball over. We have to get turnovers, blah, blah. They come out and get 3 in a row. And like, holy fuck, man. Them guys are all in. They buy into what he's saying. You can see it right on the field.
They're expecting, Hutchinson to be back from that injury right about the time the playoffs hit too, don't they?
Yeah, which is insane. Insane in the brain.
I think they'll err on the side of caution though, and then like if it's iffy, I feel like they might leave it.
Franchise, dude. Yeah.
But it's crazy that that's even a window chance for him.
And they traded for an end. So once he gets into the thing, and gets a couple weeks under the belt.
Imagine he comes back right at the they make the Super Bowl. That's his first game back.
Like,
you gotta like those. That's where the NFL can be interesting. Is some of those little sub stories that could play out.
It just, and it's just crazy. Like, and you got people like that that's fucking fighting like dogs, man, and just trying to get back on the field. And then you got Kenny Moore coming out saying that a lot of people in the locker room just really aren't working, and we're really just not putting our best effort. What the fuck else are you doing if you're an NFL football player? What you literally wake up, Yeah, you eat Uncrustables because the biggest seller in the NFL is the Uncrustables for halftime snacks.
I believe the Jacksonville Jaguars are the team that consumes the most per week.
Yeah, well, that's why they fucking suck and they can't run the ball because they're all
fat on peanut butter.
Yeah.
Hey, it's protein.
Yeah, too much protein is not very good. I'm not good at science, but
yeah, too much. You gotta be careful with it. Yeah,
even too much water can kill you. There's so much is too much of a good thing.
Yep.
But I don't know. There's just that's like, what are you doing? Like, you literally wake up.
They are good.
You fucking go to practice. You eat. Really you work out. You take care of your body. You do your thing. You film study. Your job is to do the coolest fucking thing in the world, and that's play a sport. Why are you not all in?
I don't know if it's the coolest thing in the world.
It's up there. It's up there. If you can,
I rank
it is.
football, and then I rank sex. That's the two biggest things in the world that I love.
Damn.
I rank being like Batman, then maybe football.
Being Batman?
Yeah, that's pretty freaking cool. Like any superhero. Being a superhero would be number one.
Yeah, maybe for you and I. I don't know. I played sports, so did you, but not as much as Zach did. So I don't know.
I had my call-ups to go try to look at the MLS, but I was like, no, you guys, come on.
Time out, Dan.
Both my knees are blown out. I can't.
Dan, did you?
Did I what? Did I say that Batman's cooler than football?
No, that's fine. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. You love what you want, dude. That's cool. I'm just saying, like,
yeah, do you?
I'm saying, like, realistic things. Like, you're not gonna be a superhero. Like, I'm sorry to tell you.
I swear. I'm sorry. There's all heroes just don't wear capes. There's heroes out there, Zach.
Okay, but a superhero, as in like you're flying.
Yeah, you just be a regular hero guy. I guess,
like you're my hero because like
I would think the two of you would say that being a dad is the coolest thing in the world.
Well, that's up there, but that's way above. But that comes with sex. Like obviously, if you do that, that usually makes babies. So,
not always. If you're
Dan doesn't like talking about it because I am obviously married to his sister, so he doesn't like that word.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about all that.
That's tough. That's a cloudy conversation.
And I'm really respectful about it too. I really don't like to,
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, you're also a good liar. Not even.
I should be a fucking politician. Look at me.
Let's go.
No,
dude.
You'd be found
out.
Brother? Well, apparently, you don't even have to tell convincing lies anymore.
No, you just straight say the worst thing you want to do, and you're like,
yeah,
let's fucking nuke it.
Yeah, just do it. Who gives? Drain the swamp. You know what I mean?
That's enough.
We'll protect them whether they want it or not.
That's right. That's not right. God damn it. Just quiet down, Dan. You're fucking me up here.
They got to him.
You got me. You got me.
Shit.
They got you with the 5G.
But here, hey, can I, real quick, NFL,
yeah, let's change it.
Right?
Thank you. Yeah, let's stay on
So, you know what I like to see? Saquon on the, Saquon is the number 2 rushing, leader of the year. Love to see that. That's good for him.
Absolutely.
Deserves it.
Yeah, wrong.
But you know what also I love to see?
What's that?
He has just as many touchdowns as Daniel Jones.
So
I'm going to be on this every week.
Because isn't Danny Jones just dropping dimes everywhere because they paid him all that money?
He's got eight touchdowns on the year, 7 interceptions. Saquon has 6 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns.
Hey, say what you will. Daniel Jones is balanced. 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's balanced.
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry about other stats, though. Just look at that. Dude, so hang on. We're going to run through this now. We're on NFL, and I looked at something, and I got really intrigued. And I'm excited. It's like a fucking shiny object. I'm like, I need it. The power rankings. Number 1, Kansas City Chiefs, obviously. Okay, whatever. Detroit Lions, number 2. Okay, yeah, I get it. Where we go. These are teams that we're expecting. Baltimore Ravens, 3. Buffalo Bills, 4. Pittsburgh Steelers, 5. That's kind of a little higher than I thought. Philadelphia Eagles at 6. Washington Commanders at 7. Minnesota Vikings at 8.
Like it.
Green Bay Packers 9. Arizona Cardinals is your 10th highest team in power football ranking. Brother.
You know what I'm kind of disappointed in?
What's
Not
that?
Disappointed. I expected a little bit more. Would be the Texans, right? I expected Texans to be a little bit. I know they're 6-4, which is not bad, but
they're 6-4. And they had a couple injuries, but they're not like groundbreaking. Like they have weapons everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Stephon Diggs and stuff like that. It's like, all right, cool. Like I understand he's out, but you have so much talent on that team, and you're telling me you can't win these ball games, or like you almost barely beat the Colts 23-20 a couple weeks ago. Like I just don't understand it. Like I don't.
The Chargers are sneaky good, by the way. I didn't realize they were sitting at the record they were sitting at.
Yeah, dude. Dude, Jim Harbaugh, beast.
You sure it's Jim, not John?
I don't know which fucking one coach is there. I know one of them coaches Baltimore, one of them coaches there. One of them won the national championship, one of them won a Super Bowl. Well, they both won Super Bowls, right?
Maybe they're like the Olsen twin. They say twins.
I think there's switch every other week. Like, hey, I'm gonna coach
No,
Baltimore.
there's just one. There's just one. It's all an elaborate hoax.
That'd be wild. There's definitely two because there are two of them on the field at one point in the Super Bowl.
Hey, shout out to the Giants being 31st.
Hey, the Colts are 20th. Let's go, bitches.
Bears
Cowboys hated on the 23.
Bears. So the Bears are ranked above the Colts, and
no, they're not. The Bears are 22nd.
They're 22nd.
I'm looking at just the league standings.
No, that's not. We're looking at power ranking.
You don't say that.
That's not even a real thing for pros. So you're just making
Carolina
it up.
Panthers ranked above Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans, and the Giants and the Raiders.
Let's go.
Carolina. They're on a fucking tear right now, dude.
Well, they fire sailed half their team, and now apparently they're doing okay.
They got rid of the fucking cancer, man. Cut it out, saw it out, get rid of it. Let's go. Pitter patter. All right, boys. You guys got anything else for the beautiful fans listening? Let's go.
I got one final question for the both of you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I like.
If you could sit down and watch a football game with anybody, any football player who's alive or dead, and you could sit there and watch and conversate and just watch a football game with them. Could be in person, could be just at home watching on TV. Who would you pick and why? I'm gonna start with Zach. Let's start with Zach. Let's get your answer first.
Oh, okay. Any football player, dead or alive. I'm gonna have to go with alive.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have to go with the best quarterback in the National Football League in my heart, which would be Peyton Manning. I would sit down with Peyton Manning and I would pick his brain, his massively large head, and I would go through his ear canal and I'd get to his brain, and then I would ask him so many football questions. So many football questions.
What is Omaha?
Peyton Manning. Nice. That's a good answer too.
Not like that. Like I'm talking like in depth. Like I'm talking deep football questions. Like not just wow, look at what's the defense doing here? Who do you think's
gonna win?
Yeah, like I want to know like the logistics behind what he's seeing. What a defensive lineman flinch in one way, what does that mean to him? Like I want to know what he's the best film studier. You can't argue against it. One of the best film studiers is on record. I'd love to know just like the very minuscule details that us normal fans, don't see. Like I want to see. I would sit there and I ask him so many questions. Yeah, he'd probably be so fucking annoyed. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. I just want to watch Colts. Okay, shut up.
He doesn't have a choice in this scenario. He doesn't have a choice.
So he doesn't have a choice. He's hostage.
He's tied to a chair.
I fucking tied him to a chair. Yeah, and he loves it. Okay, we're having a good time. We're having a brews. We're having a good time.
Yeah, a couple dudes hanging out, and he's having the time.
We're having some fried pickles, man. Best fucking appetizer.
You don't have to worry about annoying him. Yeah, you don't have to worry about any of that.
No, yeah, that's my answer. Peyton Manning all the way, man. I just think he has so much football knowledge, and I think he's using it. But I want to hear it like on a minuscule level. Like I want to sit him with a fucking remote, a clicker. I want to go through film. I want to watch the same fucking. They still use that shit, Dan. Okay.
No, I know. I just haven't heard that in a while.
I want to go through the same, the first 3 steps of a linebacker. I want to see what he's thinking in his head, what he's going to do with the ball right now. Boom, because he knows what he's going to do. I just want to see how that plays out and what that looks like in the brain of one of the better quarterbacks to ever play the game. So that's my answer.
That's a good answer. Dan. I like that one. Dan, what do you got?
I want to hear yours.
I mean, it's hard to
Gale Sayers from 19.
Okay, no, he's good, but no.
He came to our football when I was in high school. He came and talked. Poor guy, man. You can tell you got hit in the head a lot. Like it was tough for him. But anyway,
my original answer was going to be both of you because you guys did play football, right?
Oh, Dan, I'm not smart enough though. Sorry,
I don't qualify me as playing football. But
I wanted to jump into Rex Rosen and be like, how dare you? Explain yourself.
Scrutinize his ass the whole fucking time.
You don't want to know anything. You just want to tear somebody down.
I want to laugh at him.
You want to tie him to a chair and just fucking rip his shit for hours.
No, honestly.
Right? How dare you, sir?
Yeah. First of all, how dare you? Second of all.
That's great.
Second of all, do you feel good about what you did to Kyle Orton? But
MVP?
No, I mean, he's my favorite player, and I mean, there's one reason, but it would be Walter Payton. The other thing is I want to ask him, how, kind of like Zach, to get like he played behind a terrible team for so long. You know what I mean? Like, people talk about his runs, like, oh, he'd go 40 yards backwards and still turn a touchdown. Like, that's not by design. That was
It's
never
not on
his
purpose, right?
That's not on purpose. He had to do that. He just had the skill to turn it into something, and also to know what it was like to be playing, you know, and like even when he was like done in the league and Barry Sanders was going, just like knowing what it's like to see these people that, you know, is it like you see yourself in those kind of people? Like, what do you how do you feel about something like that?
Yeah,
How do you feel like the game has changed, right? Because again, great running back. This is a pass heavy league now. Like, what is his thoughts on that? What does it be like to have cancer? Like, how does that play into the I mean, in reality, like, how does that play into the mind of like an athlete? Like, you were once the peak of everything. Like, how do you find, like, what do you look at and what do you do to continue to go on and try to be like a big contributor to the community, to society, as you're like kind of dealing with that? Because they have a humanitarian award like named after him, right? Because of stuff he did, but it's like, it's got to be hard when you're watching yourself become a shell of yourself.
Yeah, being that guy that once
a different
was
kind of strength.
Yeah,
like
that's
I'd be
cool.
curious.
That's an interesting aspect there, Dan.
I
like that.
I have deep thoughts sometimes,
dude. I like that. I love that a lot. All right, Jordan, you asked the question. I'm going to ask it right back to you.
Darren Sharper,
the hottest hitting safety in the league.
We all kind of picked. Mine was gonna be Walter Payton.
We can both sit with him.
And it was basically because that was my father's favorite football player when he used to watch Walter Payton. He was just like it was stories. He's like, I wish you could have seen him live, like that kind of shit. So it was like, that's something that would have been really, really cool. And I would have then invited, if I did get that scenario, then I would invite my dad, obviously, who passed away like 15 years ago. So like that would have been really cool to have that thing, right?
Like, yeah, cool sit down conversation, man.
But the backup that I have to just mix it up would be, and this is so weird that it works out this way. You picked a Colts player, you picked a Bears player, a Bears player. I think Lawrence Taylor for me with Giants. You know what I mean? Lawrence Taylor, the best and greatest defensive player probably to play the game. Just what it's like.
Top 5 without talking about
that. Just what it's like to have that like the same feeling as a Shaq or a Michael Jordan, right? Where it's just, you're just dominant in the thing that you do, right? You're just above everybody else every single time that you hit the floor. Just to kind of pick the brain of what somebody, granted, he's a little wacky, right? Which is fine, but it would just be cool to see what that mindset is like, to be that absolute killer, the Kobe Bryants and Michael Jordans, the Shaq, right? Like just those people that you're like, holy shit, like this person's different. So that would be really, really cool. I think Lawrence Taylor would be nice to watch a game with him. Plus I know he's crazy, which is great, which makes it even more fun, I think, to have a good time with that. But yeah, that's where it's at. I think Lawrence Taylor, LT, just be great. Really good.
Dude, I'm going to pull up this picture. Well, maybe I don't know if I can or not, but this picture was my screensaver in high school when I was playing ball. And I think I even in college I had it on. I don't think I changed it. It was a picture of him sitting on the football on top of his helmet, and he's just sitting there kind of like taking in the game before the game is going on, right? And you look at the picture, you look like, damn, he's about to fuck some shit up,
right?
Like, he's so zoned in, he's such a beast, and anybody can look, anyone that knows what the 5'6" looks like you're just like, oh fuck, like it's about to be a long goddamn day.
Yeah, man.
And having that presence would be just bananas, and picking his brain too. Holy cow,
crazy, absolutely crazy to see just what that looks like mindset wise for somebody who is the best
at that level
person at the level, and then not even just for a game, like just overall to be the greatest of all time in a position like on the defensive side of the ball. That's wild to me.
I love that, and I'm actually proud of it. Like, so I didn't go very old because I'm not that old. And
damn.
Well,
what are you saying about us? Damn, that's wild.
That's wild.
Huh? Speak up. No.
Yeah, fucking turn your hearing aid, Grandpa. No, but it's just kind of cool. Like all of us picked, an older player that is not currently playing, obviously. But even with like a Tom Brady and things like that, like a more of a recent player, it's kind of cool to hear us talk about some people that set the groundwork for sure the years to come.
Another thing I'd ask Walter Payton is the Super Bowl shuffle. Like, what the hell?
What are we
Yeah,
doing?
what were you guys
Come
doing?
on.
What
How
the
did they
fuck we
talk
doing?
you into that? How did they talk any of you guys into that? That was
He
ridiculous.
had to. Like they absolutely had to have him on there. If not,
No, I know, but like, how do you talk the team into it? Like, we are the Bears. Shut up and go play football.
No, they're the
It
world
worked.
They
champions,
dominated.
man.
They did.
It
They
worked.
And you know who they beat? The Patriots, because Corey can suck it. And I don't even know if he watches this, but I hope he does.
He does.
85. You can tell him I said it then.
I will. I'll
Next
pass
time
it
you see
on.
him.
You got it, my man. Hell yeah.
I love it. Oh
Mm-mm-mm.
man, so I'm going through some stuff, making sure everything's cool, everything's good.
For sure. Hell yeah.
Boys, no, this is good. I love it. I'm not gonna talk about boys basketball because they have their fucking time in a couple months. I'm not that worried about it.
Don't get it. We got some. See, hey, there's a lot going on. We're gonna have when this thing keeps rolling after the off season. We're gonna have a lot to talk about. A lot of different topics, which is going to be a lot of fun. We have to get creative with it rather than the week by week breakdown of stuff. So
yeah, because it's gonna get bananas.
Fun,
and speaking of bananas, let's see this right here, right?
Sheesh.
Okay, here's your percentages. All right, here's what it looks like if you win the rest of your games and you take care of business.
Well, they can't. Number 2 and number 3 cannot win the rest of their games.
Right. So what does that mean? Right.
Mm.
I mean, look at these. I mean, it's so heavy up top.
Look at that. LSU 7%. It was even more than I gave them credit for.
Maybe I'm saying this wrong, but like maybe obviously they're not expecting you to win all your games because like you said. So maybe it's like no matter what happens, like these teams are gonna make the playoffs, like your 90%.
Yeah, I don't know
80s.
what the percentages mean because like they're assuming one of those two beats each other, they're still gonna make it in because they're so closely in the top 5.
Now
like,
Notre Dame's is you know exactly what it is. You keep winning, you son of a bitches. You just win.
Or join a conference.
You just keep winning. No, don't join a conference.
I don't want them
because
to
then we have to be fun fucking Fox noon kickoff at fucking 7:30 in the morning.
Not ACC. They put all those bastards at the end of the night. You know that.
The ACC did. The ACC, we played a basketball, we play everything, and then with hockey, we play Big Ten. We got to figure it out over here in Notre Dame. We got to figure it out. We're just dipping into all these little conferences to get a little money grab.
Freaks come out at night, dude, and that's the ACC for
yeah, the fucking Mormons, man, kicking ass, taking names. Look at that BYU, 58.6%. Jeez. Army, 25.5%.
That's kind of strange, that percentage, because you got to think Colorado and BYU sitting there at the top of the Big 12. Like, why is theirs not higher? You know what I mean? Either or. So that's just weird.
Because undefeated still. So, like, Colorado has 1 loss or 2 losses already in the season. So if they win, one more loss.
Even BYU should be up there higher since they don't have any. They're undefeated too. It's just a weird thing. I can't read it.
It is weird. And how does they have a more? Maybe is it strength of schedule? Because like Ole Miss barely. Miami. I don't know.
Weird.
I'm so glad Miami lost, though. By the way, I'm absolutely
we know.
Happy. Guys, I didn't have good feelings. I watched their games. I'm like, what is this fucking baby back bullshit? Huh? What are we doing? No defense. You're literally relying on him. Like if they were a better team, and whatever, Cam Ward. Okay, let me back up.
Okay.
If Ashton Jeanty was not playing for Boise State right now, he already graduated, whatever. Then for sure Heisman Cam Ward. All day long. He's the heart and soul of that football team. If he doesn't play good in the first half, they ain't scoring any points. Nope, ain't scoring shit. Hey, Cam, we're down by 5 touchdowns. You want to get this thing fired up here after half? Yeah, no problem, man. He's just nonchalant as shit. Gets after it. So yeah, dude, honestly, it'd be a coin flip between him and Travis Hunter if Jeanty was not in the race.
Yep. I agree.
All right. I'm glad we can agree. Let's go out on agreeing terms. Daniel, Jordan, I appreciate you guys joining another round of chaos and fun over here at the Winning Edge Football.
Good times, man.
It's always a pleasure.
My old Minutemen, they lost.
Did they? I didn't see. I was trying to find the scores. Did. Damn.
I watched that game, and let me give you a little stat here. This is why the triple option gives me a fucking heartache.
Oh, they played a triple option team?
Warsaw runs triple option now. Bart Curtis came down from Mishawaka. He's been coaching them for a while. This is their first sectional championship, and this is their second, in the program's history. Never won it, besides at one time. And they win it against Concord at Concord. Concord had 15 offensive possessions, 15 plays. 15 total plays. We scored 28 points. Yeah, we dominated. We scored like two plays we scored. Okay. kickoff return for touchdowns. We were dominating. Warsaw had 70 fucking plays. They get the ball at half from the third quarter. They give the ball back to us finally with 1:22 to go in the third quarter, and they had the lead 24-21. What did we do? 3 plays, 79-yard touchdown. Give the ball back to them. They drive the whole fourth quarter, get down to 4th and goal, 4th and 2.
Oh my God, dude!
They run it down to 12.2 seconds on the clock, and they didn't run the veer down the middle. No, they didn't pitch it. What they do? Hike,
Play action.
turn around, flipped it, fucking winged right out, walked into the end zone, and they lost the season. Undefeated Concord Minutemen went down. Sectional championship, man, it's depressing.
Wild.
Moment of silence. All right, that's over. All right, let's get the hell out of here. I will be dropping a video this week, probably Thursday night. Not dropping it, but I'll be recording another video Thursday night, just talking about the IHSAA football playoffs here in the state of Indiana. Really pumped about it. A lot of huge games going on in the regionals. So we're already in regionals. We're getting close to that Thanksgiving time and hosting these state championships. So if you guys like high school football, be sure to tune into that. I will be dropping that Friday morning. So heads up there. And then also streaming wise, I will be streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna try to bump it up to 8:30, a little earlier. I know 9 o'clock's pretty late for some of you guys and gals. And either way, I appreciate who has been jumping on. That's been a lot of fun over there. So we're gonna keep grinding over there with Navy. Running a fucking triple option. We're going to continue doing it. It's tough, but I appreciate you guys watching into that. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe. We're already at 52 subscriptions, guys. We're slowly growing, but growth is growth, right? And I love it. So thank you guys very much for that. And keep sharing videos, man. Share it to your friends and family that love sports, and we'll continue this path.
Share it with them even if they don't. Make them watch it.
Yeah, force them to watch it. Time in and share it and say, hey, we're going to do this. You're going to watch the podcast.
Time to get into
sometimes
sports.
You got to just talk them into it, and they'll find something they love. They'll be surprised.
Exactly.
Absolutely. All right. Any final words from you folks?
Be excellent to each other.
Be excellent to each other. All right. That's beautiful words of Jordan. Dan, you got any beautiful words for us?
Just love you both.
All right. Love you too, brother. All right. Let's go.
Love
I'll see you guys on the next one. See you.
Yep.
Love you. Say goodbye.